Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, City Current CEO, Jeremy Park.
Welcome back to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And we love talking about education. That's why we're honored to have with us Principal Jeffrey Monroe. He's the principal of Promise Academy Hollywood in Memphis, Tennessee. How are you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself, Jim?
Doing well. Well, we're going to talk all about new leaders. We're going to talk about the National Aspiring Principals Fellowship, a program that you went through. We're going to talk about transformational leadership and more, but let's start with a little bit of background. Give us some context and some background for Promise Academy Hollywood.
So it is a well-established charter school in the heart of North Memphis at Hollywood and Chelsea. We serve pre-K through 5. We are serving currently about 260 scholars, but are always looking to add more. We can serve up to 350. So we're currently working with one of our community partners to engage the community and try to increase our enrollment. It's a beautiful place. It's a beacon of light in this community. We're happy every day to come and serve families and students. So it's a beautiful place to work and educate children.
Obviously, the leadership and the team, that's part of the secret sauce. But when you look at the success for the students, the culture, what are one or two things that stand out to you that have been game changers to really help students thrive?
So one of my focuses coming in this year, it was essentially rebuilding school culture that was decimated by COVID. That is something that I don't think a lot of school leaders have focused on. So creating conditions where not only students want to come and learn and feel valued and seen, heard, and affirmed, but specifically teachers and staff members working in a place where they feel valued, feel loved, feel supported, know that they can come and make mistakes, and that we're going to put things in place to ensure that they're successful. I was just sharing with my leadership team the other day that I couldn't remember the last time we had a sub in the building, because people are actually coming to work every single day, and that's really half of the battle.
That right there, I think, is a good news stat in and of itself. But when you look at the success, the growth, changes in attitude, what are some success metrics? And they can be, numbers are more of the intangibles, but what are some things that put a smile on your face that show things are going in the right direction?
Well, we have some qualitative data. I took a teacher efficacy self-assessment for all of our teachers when I first came on board to kind of see where they were as far as how efficacious they felt about their jobs. We took that information and we put some things in place to ensure that that would change. And we're seeing teachers feel a lot more effective in the way that they do their work every single day. So that's one way. Another way is we get, every now and again, we get people who just stop by and show or share their appreciation for being here, like being here and feeling supported. And then another indication, I think, is yesterday, we were the first charter school to be visited by our new incoming superintendent, Dr. Marie Fagans. She was accompanied by one of our community partners, Memphis Lift, as well as board chair Althea Green. They had nothing but great things to say. It was a great visit. So I think that speaks accolades to the work we're doing here at Hollywood.
Absolutely. This will shift us over to talk about new leaders and the National Aspiring Principals Fellowship, but talk about for you, your personal story and background in terms of why you decided to go into leadership and become a principal. So in other words, what attracted you to that leadership role of being a principal?
To be honest, I never sought the position. It was kind of a calling, and it happened post-COVID when we came back into the school buildings, and I realized immediately that all of the culture and things that we had created before COVID had been destroyed, right? The conditions, the feeling of coming to work, being successful, just being happy to be doing this work, that was destroyed. So I was inspired really to come into this work because it is thankless work. It's very lonely at the top. I'm someone who came directly out of the classroom. So I was a teacher this time last year, and now I'm a school leader. And then some of the changes and shifts that we're seeing across the country politically, especially around laws and systems and structures that are being put in place that are impacting historically marginalized communities. That was something that kind of jolted me forward and rooted me in my why. And it's the reason why I come to work every day.
Well, let's carry that into new leaders. And once again, the National Aspiring Principal Fellowship, which you've gone through the program and been a big part of it. And so I want you to share your personal experiences. And for just the audience in general, when you talk about the program, it's an online principal certification, master's degree program. It's developed in partnership, Morehouse College, Clark Atlanta University, Bank Street College. And it really is, when you look at the collaborative approach, mentorship, guidance, curriculum, there's a lot to it. So go ahead and describe the program and what attracted you to the program.
I'll start with what attracted me to the program. Here in Memphis specifically, some of our greatest leaders and some of the highest echelon of leadership in education in Memphis, they have all gone through the first or second iteration of the New Leaders Program. I was the first to go through this new iteration of New Leaders Programming. So, of course, once I heard about it, because of the history and all the people who have gone through it, that piqued my interest. As far as the program was concerned, it's people spend years trying to find the secret sauce, right? That's gonna carry their brand or organization to the next level. This iteration is that. It just takes it to a completely different level. In my opinion, based on the fact that the first two classes, Intro to Leadership, and then the other one is School Culture, they root you in the history of the importance of education, specifically for historically marginalized communities. They root you in your own history. They make you reflect on how you may have unintentionally witnessed some of the changes in policy in education growing up. And it helps you understand why these things were happening. And then the culture class helps you to do what's the most important work. All of the practitioner stuff that you're going to learn in the classes after that is critically important, right? Data cycles, knowing how to analyze data, knowing how to coach teachers, all of that stuff is really important. So I don't want to brush over that. But managing change and managing people's mindsets, shifting mindsets, and creating conditions for the deepest level of learning, not just from students, but from teachers as well. Those first two classes make you unparalleled and super prepared to do that work. I'll give you a perfect example. This is, of course, my first year as a principal. In our organization, we're having tremendous change. There's a lot of things changing all at one time. I mean, almost everything is changing at one time. Change is hard even when it's just a little bit. So having everything change at one time, I have been able to overcome tremendous obstacles. No one has quit. Again, everyone comes to work just because those two courses in particular helped me to be exceptional at managing people, managing change, and creating conditions for everyone to feel seen, heard, and affirmed.
Yeah, I think, knowing new leaders so well on mine and having a chance to interview so many And like you said, when you look around the district in Memphis, it's about creating transformational leaders, right? Like, with the teachers, the principals, all the way through this culture, because in many cases, you're trained to educate, but not to necessarily like lead people and look at all the analytics and create the culture, like all of those things that really create transformation. You have to have mentorship and guidance and, the support network and all of those, the constant innovation, because just like you said, everything changes daily, hourly, minute, by minute. And so new leaders playing such an integral role. And then with this program, allowing you the in residency piece, the mentor piece, all the accreditation, obviously, there's so many nuances that really do equip and empower you, but also to give you the sustained network to lean on so that you're not alone in these moments of constant, things going on and challenges being faced, right? So share a little bit of what it was like going through the program overall, and then how it's helped you in this moment, just like we're talking about.
So we had a personal coach who we could call 24/7, didn't matter what was going on, to kind of, bounce ideas off of, ask questions. If you had to sit down and cry, even things like that. So that was super helpful in helping us get through the challenges. The camaraderie between cohort peers and members was really a great portion. We actually started a group chat, and we still talk every single day. I was just texting them yesterday about us getting together and having an official reunion. So having peers from across the nation. I have a peer in Hawaii who started at a school. I got a couple in Chicago, a few in Miami, some in New York. Having all these people and getting that wealth of experience and knowledge and depth and breadth of knowledge helped just kind of prepare us for almost any situation that we come across. So that was extremely important.
Yeah, and to your point, when you look at the fellowships now in the top 5 principal certification programs in the country for Black and Hispanic educators, fellowship offers principal certification pathways in over 40 states, including Tennessee, obviously. And so when you look at what's going on in the next cohort is fall 2024 begins in August. Applications are now open through June 30th for Bank Street College and Clark Atlanta University. And so, all of that is going on as we, recruit for the next iteration. But that's why it's so important, I think, for you to share your personal experience going through the program, how it's helped you, and also for the public to know, one, what New Leaders is doing, the program, how it's impacting, but ultimately how it's creating transformation locally within the schools, but most importantly, obviously, within the students and their lives and their families for the community's benefit, right? And so share, kind of that ripple effect of the things that we're talking about, how it is impacting the students, the success, the culture, just like you're talking about. How are you seeing all this play out now?
I see it every day. Like one of the things that I had to explain to my leadership team when I first came in was it's important to be seen, right? Being out front every single day, helping parents ensure that we value the opportunity to educate their students, ensuring that they know that this is a safe place. It's an open door policy. These are things that the program, it just doesn't come innately for a lot of people. So the program helped you understand the value of those very small details. And as a result, the ripple effect is we have a lot more engagement from our parents. We have a lot more engagement, like I said, from the community. One of the community partners who came in with the superintendent, Memphis Lift, it was kind of a fresh start opportunity for us to develop that relationship. And they've spoken very, very highly of my leadership here. And the opportunities that we've had together. We did a Donuts with Dad that was super impactful and brought a lot of men into the building, which is very rare. So we continue to see the benefits of what I was taught in the program. I think probably the greatest benefit is for a time, for one of the 20-day periods where attendance is measured, we averaged around 97% attendance. And we're continuing to work on that with a goal of 98, because of course, if the children are here, then the rest takes care of itself. So It's just a lot of intangibles. It's a lot of things that you can't measure that we see every day. Of course, the measurables we still haven't seen yet because TCAP hasn't started and we got iReady testing and all these other things. But as far as attendance and qualitative information that we've received from families and community partners, it's been nothing but positive.
How can the community help Promise Academy Hollywood? So how can we support your efforts? Because obviously raising awareness for the good going on, being a champion for you and your team, but how can the community help?
If you have a child who's pre-K through 5 and they're looking for a school home, send them. We want to see them. We want the opportunity to educate them. That's the first thing. We are absolutely looking for male mentorship to help some of our young boys understand their identity and the challenges they face and their lived experience in their community and country. Those things are obviously helpful. And just even if you don't have a child, just get the word out of the beautiful things that are going on at this bright light here in North Memphis, at Hollywood, where oftentimes the community gets such a terrible rap based on things that people see on the news. It's a beautiful place to be. It's a great place to send your child. We have families who drive from Westwood every single day just to send their child here, East Memphis. So it's a great place to be. It's a choice school, and we'd love the opportunity to educate children.
For anyone who wants to learn more about New Leaders, you can go to newleaders.org. The fellowship applications are available at fellowship.newleaders.org, and that's where you can learn more and apply. Principal Monroe, where do we go to learn more about Promise Academy Hollywood and also Promise Academy Charter Schools? So where do we go to learn more and to get plugged in with you and your team?
So we are launching a new website here shortly, but for the moment, you can go to promiseacademy.com. You can also email me at my email address. That's Jeffrey Monroe at promiseacademy.com anytime, and I'd love to share all the great things we're doing here at Promise Academy.
Well, Principal Jeffrey Monroe, thank you for the hard work and the heart work. We greatly appreciate everything you're doing to lift our community for sure. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for coming on the show. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most, the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.